And when you're talking about falling back on that micro coordination, just knowing what's up with your teammate without having to fall back on a strap hook, that really goes to Hyunmin and Flashback for me. DRX's entire read on this tournament was to prioritize these guys on the double duelist with the Waylay. Of course they're going back to it. Both of them didn't have a particularly incredible map 3 of this series. They got smoked on map 2. This is the map where they have to find that form that brought DRX here.
Absolutely that.
Pressure is on for both of these teams, and they're going for that Mosquito comp as we talked about before. But Fnatic, Bea, one step away from being able to fight for a Masters trophy. This is huge for them.
Yeah, it's the first time that they might be able to make it into this grand final.
Yeah.
It's not Masters, and I was like, maybe I'm in Toronto. I don't know anymore. But yeah, one step closer to the first Champs finals for them. We know that Crashies, you're baiting. We're never going to buy that. It's never going to happen. But of course, pound for pound, this should be very comfortable positions for every single one of the players on Fnatic. I still think that for DRX, I need Free stepping up. I think that in the last couple of baskets, he's been having a terrible time.
There's memories of moments like this from years before. For Mako, the closest he ever went to a Champs final was against Crashies. That was back when he was on Optic, a very different man, a very different player now, but that opportunity has always eluded him. He's always spoken about wanting for Mako to finally lift that trophy. Had to watch Genji do it last year, had to watch 2 other Pacific teams do it this year. Now, last chance to keep his team in this one, now as a leader.
Can Mako call the game that brings the boys to map 5? Let's go ahead and find out. Send it back to your casters. Here's Brent and Sideshow.
And not a lot of players get tested quite like this in their careers. When you get down to these moments here where it is literally Fnatic in the driving seat, in this lower finals. Now they're on the impetus here. The pressure is all on DRX's shoulders. As a player, listen, you might have experience of Mako up there, but you have young players being formed around this core. And now the question is, how are they going to survive under it all?
The last 2 maps that we have here in the BO5, though, are both maps in which you've seen DRX have 3-0 records at Champs.
Yeah.
So they're very strong here against the rest of the field, and it's where Fnatic have been a bit more shaky. So I think if they play like they have done at the rest of the tournament, DRX can make it to a match 5. They can make it, perhaps, still to the grand finals. But it does come back to what you were saying, the experience, because being able to play like you did in those games that didn't matter as much is a skill in itself.
You have to shake it all off. The pressure, the expectations that you're weighing upon yourselves. Entire tournament long, DRX have been taking it one step at a time, but with an early kill like that, it's all gone to pot.
That's greedy, playing for the ult orb.
Fnatic, well accustomed to playing in positions like this, in the driving seat, the ball in their court.
Freeing feels like he has to make a play.
Yeah, and he's eventually almost overstepping himself, barely getting out of there.
Escapes and Flashback through the teleport, making it feel like it was his clone. Does Crashies clear this corner? He's been diligent, but he backs it up.
Timing to be taken here by Flashback. Potentially against a drone. They've missed each other. Now the onus on Flashback to see what he can do. Pressure apply potentially. Xiao's control still there for DRX, and he's found it. Doesn't wait it out, just wants to take the kill, and a shot straight away. White face in the end, Ghost aim! This is going all over the place. Doesn't matter how much you tip-tap away. B site entirely open now for the taking. He's kind of got that early ground.
Yeah, he's so deep, isn't he?
And Mako, will it be anticipated? Not quite. Doesn't expect them already to be that deep here. This is DRX getting cut out one step, one player at a time.
And now in a 2v4 that will be a nightmare to recover. They don't know if there's a player deep towards elbow. Could be in any positions all around the site. And Crashy's still with a bunch of util to work with. Kayak with a flash. Fnatic pushing and pulling on the pistol round, finding those gaps and those openings.
And how do you even play this? No smoke to work around here. Everybody ingratiated themselves into the deeper corners of the site and the map. Fnatic cleaning up easily as that, only one player dropping. Letting nothing slip here. Early beginnings for Fnatic themselves. And they're a team that want to close this one out. They don't want it to go to distance, not to all 5.
I mean, this was just straight up greedy, I think, from Bay. Look at the wide swing, though, from Crashies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's confidence. That's a player with experience who knows that in big matches, people are just going to shoot too early. They're not going to settle their aim and go for a steady kill. And he can mess with people like that.
Weapon, I need a drop.
He's now picked up a Phantom. 3 rifles available for Fnatic in this round. Looking to try to put some pressure over here.
Yeah, it's a deep TP through the T.
It's a weird one.
See the gate crash behind.
I'm not sure that Fnatic got the read on that either. Potential for Flashback to end up in a weird position.
Every stack of bodies over towards it. Fnatic are trying to make sure that this one lands safely over towards the A site. Kayak, again, asserting himself, full control over towards that showers area, and it's a fake with a TP. Looking to re-clear this one. Again, needs to be held into the smoke, and right-click and a recall. Not enough to treat, so he can dissuade the plan from going down. Fnatic are the ones now once more in control. Don't know where these players are lying. Salvos as well going to be meeting. On top of that, C's collected. Right-click there. Hold on, that's a saturate. It does connect. Bullets are landing right now. Pulling apart these players. It's going to be up to players like Kayak to see if they can do anything about it. TP backing away. The Prowler forces the issue, but again, the issue is weaponry. Mako does have the rifle. A tap to force the pull. Kayak again might be expected onto that position. A bit of spam forwards. Again, these kills being rattled across. DRX doing a lot of damage, but it's left up to Mako. The spike already ticking far too out of range. Can't play for the win, but he can play to do the damage.
Just making sure that Chronicle goes down with him there. At the end of the day, it's just about that economic damage. DRX looked like they had a chance of being able to get that through, and it shows you how powerful some of this util can be. Because as soon as they landed that saturate, there was an immediate follow-up possible. But here, Fnatic are not going to have the greatest buy heading into the next. They bought 3 rifles there that they were hoping to take with them into the bonus round, and they can't. Boast are actually forcing, which implies he's going to, I don't know, run a Judge or a Stinger or something next round. So they've actually got quite a bit of weaponry to work with, and back to the pistol round idea.
White face, that's way too many players to deal with. Another jail card called here by Hyunmin. He's going to be backing all the way out.
And Flashback coming to reinforce.
Hold on. A fight in showers. Orb tapped, given up and conceded. They want Kayak Soul online ASAP. Deep drone, that's a saturate refight called for TP. Alba, they've left Alpha out in the middle of nowhere. Boaster! What a step up from the IGL.
He forced the Bulldog and he's come away with a potential round win. And look at Crashies. Look at all the space he's gathered towards the back of A. Freeing is on an island.
He is. So tight in the corner here. Clearance will spell defeat. Here's the pressure, here's the footsteps, wall goes up. Crashes all the way around to the corner, it's getting cleared out, they know roughly the position. Gotta suspect that something was up, especially with Crashies in such a deep spot, and none the wiser.
Mako again, same as the pistol round, rotating back to the site.
Conversion.
Doesn't realize how deep somebody is. Crashies is just pushing the very limits of what he can get away with. I think ever since map 2, he's realized that there are gaps in what DRX are doing, whether that be to do with their micro or their macro, and he is testing the very limits of it. He's getting away with murder. The kind of things that you wouldn't expect players to be able to do in less tense environments.
Sure, big games like this, normally you're thinking about a safe play, not one to take risks, but...
But if you can take the risk, if you're the kind of person that's got the experience and know which risks to take, there's also more mistakes being made in these kind of big games. Yeah. There's more gaps, actually, because people do tense up, because, you know, you run out of mental bandwidth to be able to cover everything. And here, the gap was all the way through lamps. Nobody from B rotated over to try to pick that up. They just left freeing in showers.
Already seeing difficulties here for DRX. For Fnatic, it is a dream beginning, potentially a closer of a map. To secure a ticket to the grand finals to get their fated matchup against NRG and a chance to potentially get their hands on a trophy that has always eluded them.
They've already done the best that they ever have at a champs. First year, they made it to the quarterfinals, then they took a step further again and made 4th in 2023, and then slid back, and this year, podium finish at the very least. But eyes on the trophy. See the disappointment on the DRX coaches' faces there.
Yeah.
Not happy with the way that their team's playing it, and it makes sense. Kayak and Flashback taking the duel over towards Showers. Flashback getting the worst end of it and having to leave.
And Rifles just chewing them up. Sheriff's in the hands of these DRX players. It's going to have to be real precise, sharp shooting on their end if they want to see if they can find a way back in. But that orb is conceded, given up, and that's a dimensional drift now earned. So the danger especially with these compositions on Bind, easy access to the orbs. You see the ult start to get generated, the war chest brimming with them. Big one, Hyunmin spots it. So Dash to try and disengage away from that, especially with the C's and a snake bite just in time, but looking like he might want to take a fight forwards anyway. Saturates there. Prowler meets Prowler. Salva's at the back in a dimensional drift as well. This is highlighting the position. Hyunmin, he's not sharp enough, not quick enough at all. Needs to be that back of the Bane's position completely highlighted. Pinpoint accuracy and pointed out by that dimensional drift, and now you're seeing it. I mean, Fnatic are just, again, all the momentum behind them, the wind in their sails, taken from Haven to now, all the way to Bind.
Yeah, they're running away with things, but I think there is a small silver lining in this round that DRX, the pressure over towards Garden, did actually force out that dimensional drift from Kayak that they accessed by the Showers ult orb earlier on. So Fnatic at the next rifle round, the one that really matters for DRX, are not going to have that huge ult to be able to turn the tide, or rather keep the tide going in their favor. It is obviously a disaster start for DRX, but I guess my point is it could be worse. DRX, though, next round, need to find the adaptation. They could try to run a Showers crunch, right? Fnatic have been baiting that they're going to take over towards Showers repeatedly, and then when they're tapping the ult orb, it is Kayak. He's probably still going to escape, but at least you keep control of that area, especially if you do a crunch with your Yoru and you can then TP back over to B. You've got to adapt to what your opponents are doing. And right now, Fnatic are saying loud and clear, we are taking Showers. Another round, same idea. Nobody set up the crunch. Nobody really set up the fight. Hyunmin's just sat inside a Astra Star.
I don't really know what's going on at DRX. They need some sort of hit back, okay.
Sure.
That's one way to do it. If
just
players
hit the
start
shot.
hitting, might be signs of life yet. Hyunmin, you are hard committed. Let's get the info he's looking for. There was a smoke blooming in his face just before.
2 recall stars. He might be tempted to push back in. Those recalls might make him think that Fnatic have left.
Looking like it, but no, disengage, pull back and away.
Well, I think partly the reason why they're happy here is because Bane's jiggle peeking towards B long and getting them good info. So it feels like it's still going to end A.
Crashies, hold on, what's going on here? There's fights to be happening across the board. Towards this A site, Sowers are sent flying forwards up into Lamps. Hyunmin, hard committed, tuck tight, and that is insanity! He's up for an ace and a round like this! And he's pulled them straight back into the game!
What a timing for it. They needed an adjustment. I'm not sure they even had an adjustment strategically, but he just went out there and killed all 5 of the players on Fnatic, so that, I guess, will get the job done. Brent, still though, no one on DRX out of their seats. No one on DRX, from what I could see, particularly popping off either. A quite reserved reaction from Hyunmin. Acing to get the first round on the board.
Yeah.
To fend off being eliminated from champs.
If you're not reacting at least to a play like that, then when are you going to be reacting? I think it spells it out quite clearly.
God, he's looking for another fight again. He's just sat inside these Astra Stars.
He got it done versus Paper X. DRX played against them the opening match. It looked like Jing was going to be running away with things, and it was Hyunmin to step up.
Oh, he activated.
He bought enough time for his team to lock in, shake off the nerves.
He got 20 kills in that second half.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Here, though, they've lost B-long control, which I think was crucial for Bane to be able to get that info in the previous and get a 3-player stack on A. Yoru's messing around with the teleports.
Fake pressure.
Yeah, well, Flashbacks is real, though. He's committed to this one.
Come on, Chronicle's watching. Chronicle's watching, and look at that. Primed and ready onto it. It's picture perfect with a crosshair placement, and even posted with his attack side up, laying claim to his life. There's only so much you can do from a spot like this. Hyunmin might be forcing the issue again. Sidestepped. Out of the ire of it, at least for now. Nightfall's going to be sidestepped. Horn forwards again, sees close quarters. Crashies, more than ready. It's going to be that 5th round added up to the tally because Fnatic are not done yet.
Picture perfect response from Fnatic. One blip of Hyunmin acing and Fnatic straight back into things. Real calm. As soon as the teleport noise is made, it could well be a fake, obviously. That's what happens when you have Yorus with clones on Bind, but Chronicle tucked into a corner, make sure that he gets the punish onto Flashback, and then the attack side up that Boaster loves to bring out on this map. Punishes an info peek over towards Short as well. Mako has had the wrong read on where Fnatic are ending every single round.
Yeah.
I guess apart from the previous, where Bane was just jiggle picking B-Long.
I mean, credit to Fnatic as well. They're throwing in enough misdirection.
Yeah.
TP in, the deep drone into showers, making it feel like it could be anywhere else. And look at it, the info peaks.
Yeah.
It's just DRX trying to put together a clear picture of where Fnatic are. Punished for it. You're playing right into the playbook of Fnatic. There needs to be a timeout, something to cancel out this momentum. And they will deliver. Hitting the panic button here is DRX because this is your last chance. You can't let a team like Fnatic just run all over you. They will take that opportunity all the way to the bitter end of the finish line.
And what I'm worried about here, Bren, is that it's not just that DRX are losing and they're down 5-1. They haven't really changed too much.
No.
They're still trying to do the same kind of stuff where it's like one solo player contesting over towards showers, no attempt really to crunch, still trying to do the same game plan of flashback going into the Sands TP. They're not reacting and responding to the changes that Fnatic are throwing out there. They're just running their own style, which is fine if it's working. Terrible idea if it's not. Hyunmin's ace has given him the ult, so that at least is a tool to be able to work with. But you know coming out of this that Boaster's going to twist things around, right? You know coming out of Dermy's timeout, it's an opportunity for Fnatic to try to land a curveball. Something weird.
Sort of idea to get them back on track.
The last two BO5s that DRX played, very different teams. I should say that to start. It's only Mako really that remembers those games. But they both went to 5. So in spots where DRX has made it to a 3rd place at Champs, semi-finals before, they've been able to go the full distance. Here it feels like they're running out of gas.
It's that question of best of 5 territory. They have those hidden reserves. Can they pull and dig deep?
What's the adjustment here? Bane taking a slightly deeper line over towards B-Long, just getting in front of the Viper Orb. Still Hyunmin solo contesting showers. The only major difference is that Flashback's tucked up a bit closer in short.
Not broken, 2 plays lying in wait. Bane, he's trying to make a play! Util into the hands, tries to adjust the aim, it's Crashies. Left to contain, it's an even trade out.
It's a very solo effort though.
It is, and it's all feeling like heroics. Nothing really joint together from DRX, but maybe heroics is what it will take. Flashback, Alpha gone, out of the fight for now, but that operator still deadly and still goddamn dangerous. Close to gets his weapon into his hands, you're playing right into the palm of his hands.
Flash to reclear. So DRX with some information.
Mako
holds strong.
Mako'd up. Way out to the open, but the smoke dissipating. He spotted this player out. Dimensional drift forward! No way!
Sorry!
It's all gone wrong!
How has Boaster managed to punish Flashback there?
Chronicle forwards taking a step, but this is free and crosshair placement impeccable, but it's a guessing game. This Boaster could be landing anywhere. He's gambling onto the A side, excuse me. It's freeing, is going to be left wondering now.
Wipes the sweat off his mouse hand and gets the plant down with 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds.
Fairly far away. Boaster not with a great weapon for the job though.
And he's still going to be left guessing where could he be, but he's taking risks now to reposition. Has stars to work with and delay the plant. Big reposition. Wrapping all the way around. Here's it. Concuss into the pull. Disrupts it enough and buys him time. He's going to move on. It's knife out behavior. And Freeing still left guessing, but he's guessing incorrectly. The gambit going wrong. Smoke up, propped up. Showers at the TP, but that is going to be the snake bite, but it doesn't slow it down. What is that?
Unbelievable! Within a fraction of a second, just as he's about to die, acid creeping up, melting his ankles, he lands the shot. Top fragging for Fnatic. What's going on there?
It's Boaster.
Oh, he's outplayed him.
Having an absolute life game.
Oh,
Knife out, anticipating it.
Oh, he's done him.
He's 8-3 right now. When Boaster's playing like this, there is no stopping Fnatic.
Boaster with the attack up on bind. Actually an iconic combo.
Made history with it.
You're ulting
Now looking to do
on
it
an
again.
eco.
You've got Sheriffs to work with. Freeing's got a stinger. A Viper's Pit, but it...
There.
It's pure desperation.
It is, man.
They're also just not doing anything different at the start of these rounds. I guess this time, with the pit, they've managed to double up in showers. But they're just allowing Fnatic to run their game over and over again.
Tap to bait, there's no refight. Alpha happy to pick up the orb. He's got his ult now.
It's just got to be shots hit with the Sheriffs once more.
Form factor.
DRX put in so much reliance on their players to deliver with the mechanics.
Mechanics just isn't enough, though, against a team like Fnatic. Prowler forwards, catches that contact, Bane, forced to respect it. Backs himself out. I mean, the way that Fnatic are working, they've had access to the orb the entire bloody time. Drone's good. Saturate there, just onto the one, and it's being covered here. White face, white swing. Shots need to be landed, but they don't have the guns for it. It's a dynamic duo, Flashback and Hyunmin. They collapse under the might of that pressure. At this point, it's looking like an inevitable 7th round added up.
Freeing has a gun that he could try spamming with. Plant's not down yet.
Oh,
God!
What is that? It's fate firmly on the side of Fnatic with plays like this, but they haven't stopped.
DRX have been out here running the lower bracket this whole tournament, giant slaying, taking down top seeds, left, right, and center. But against the greatest team that we have in Valorant, they are coming up short today. They're looking out of their depth.
One enemy remaining. More confidence.
More confidence.
More
than
confidence.
That. Listen,
The confidence difference couldn't be bigger.
the energy's there, and it feels like an inevitability at this point. DRX, they don't have those hidden reserves.
Finally,
Bullet
something
deep,
different.
This is it. It's a horn play out of the TP, but Flashback taking it one step further. He feels like he needs to take that necessary step. Almost dying for it, almost punished. Barely alive. He's going to be limping into the next engagement. Reposted up.
Yeah, Prowler to try to get him on the line.
2 players, double Prowler, broken early. Bullets are raining. Chronicle, he's hunting. He knows he's there. Caught into the corner. The defense from Bane. Horn broken. Sees there still. It comes down to the reactions, and he can't handle it. Not against the heat that's being turned up. Crashes. He knows what it takes to deliver a team to a grand finals, especially on the biggest stage of the year. And Kayak can just lie in wait. It's all too predictable. It's all too easy. The DRX are left scrambling, wondering how the hell do we fight our way out of this one. Mako with his back against the wall. It's in a rock in a hard place. It's Crash is just forcing the issue. He's hammering the nails into the coffin with every single kill, with every single round.
Spike planted.
The 1v4, again, miracle plays ordered up, but can Freeing deliver? 1 player found, 3 more to deal with. TP's misinformation, sowing it into their minds, and what a flicking adjustment again. They can't be stopped at this point. It's Fnatic with that Dayward destiny. They want that for grand finals. They want that placement there. They want access to a trophy that they've never been able to lift before.
They can feel it, can't they? The confidence in which they're taking all of these fights. When you've played enough big games like this, you can tell when your opponent's starting to crumble. And you can keep increasing the pressure. DRX, for once at least, try something different. They tried to pop through that teleport over towards Showers, see if they could set Flashback up. But then the refight trying to get Flashback posted into a Viper orb, it's like they're not taking a breath and adjusting and thinking about whether or not the decisions they're making make sense. The pressure seems like it has cracked this Korean squad. And Mako, I got a feel for him because it must be like a nightmare loop happening again. Every time he gets to these kind of positions, they just meet a brick wall.
One of the best players ever to never lift a trophy, and this has been their closest chance in a long while yet, but you're exactly right. It's nightmares repeated. He's the one consistent element that's followed from Vision Strikers to DRX in the last 5 years of Valorant history. It's been Mako as that centerpiece, but it's all happening again. History repeating itself. They have to turn it around. It has to be now. The final timeout used for interjection, at least on the DRX side of things. Confidence needs to be there. It couldn't be much worse for them. And at this point, they have to put in everything because you have nothing left on the other side of it.
They're obsessed with Showers. DRX determined to try to hold this area, this time with a smoke. Locking it off, and immediately Fnatic realize that something different is happening, start to take the spike in a different direction.
And just maneuver around it, like water flowing into the cracks in the pavement.
Oh,
Peak timing.
For a moment there, could have been Mako going down. And this Viper Orb that's been in Bane's face has been horrible for him too. Chronicle keeps putting it up and down, limiting his knowledge and information that he's got access to.
It's incredibly static by DRX. Weaker guns, but not willing to take a risk in a moment like this when it could turn it around. No switch up, no change in the confidence. And Armageddon's going to be waiting to layer it down. That's a red carpet rolled out behind, and a deadly one at that. Ball's going to be dealt with. Snakebite as well, the follow-up, and a sees close quarters. Kayak is in and through, and oh man! Heads are turned, and they were not ready for that.
They had no clue. Kayak had an easy entry. Shooting players in the back, the side of the head. Bane and Freeing left reeling. And the retake just has no hope, surely. 3 Sheriffs. Kayak going so wide. I mean, this is just mad confidence.
It's done. The dreams for DRX, carrying the pride of their nation on their shoulders, the pride of Pacific. Looks like it will be ending here. It's Fnatic who are writing that next chapter, and they're using the blood of DRX to bloody do it.
It was Chronicle, actually, who we just heard say that they felt like they crumbled under the stress against NRG. Remember that for all that we talk about Fnatic being in great positions before, Champs is a little different. They haven't even been in this spot, but they have so much experience in big BO5 games. And this time they're stepping up to the moment. Rifles back online for DRX, again doubling up, this time with the Viper over towards Showers. Slightly different setup where Flashback picks up Hookah and is able to teleport away to A if they need it.
It's an operator.
They've not at any point tried to fight Hookah aggro. Bane now trying to grab information over there. It does seem like a good defensive swap. I like the adjustment they've made. It's round 11. You're down 1 to 9.
Too little, too late.
It feels hopeless.
The ult stacked against you. DRX might have them themselves, but they've never been put in a position to use them now. Drone forwards. Pressure applied evenly across this A site. Freeing and Mako are going to be asked the most. Can you hold back the onslaught? Showers control. Vitally important. Salvos to clear on at least one side of it. Orb up.
Trying to make it difficult to tell when they're actually going for a big site hit.
Towards B.
There are huge ultimates available for DRX. Mako's waiting, trying to figure out when to use his smokes, when to use his molly. And then, of course, he's got the orbital strike in the back of his pocket too.
30 seconds left. Star's going to be dropped down out of Dimensional Drift again to layer out a path to success. Or even the Cosmic Divide is seeing it. Everything being used. Conversion pass to slow down the approach. It's a flash in the face of Mako. He can't withstand it. It's too much. He turned up all the way. You're out of the bloody pan and into the fire at this point. It's up to Hyunmin to see if he can deliver it. Nightfall, ults, everything being invested. It's a last hurrah and a last chance at that. DRX, they got to win this out and they need to do it now. Bullets through the box, that's another kill claimed, and it's going even at that with a 2v2.
Another flash still.
Rapid action, Stars lay it down. It's never ending. The pressure being pushed. One tap, forces it to pull, finding it. Seconds being bled out, stun connects. Chronicle slinking in from behind. The deliver of death and more. And he's hunting for that chance to gain another trophy.
They're just not worried about anything. He's running front of the Waylay ult there, Chronicle, scaling with the spike, and then the post plant walks fully through lamps about as quickly as he could without making any noise. Because he's not scared about being punished. They know they're going to win.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Boaster's running out of dance moves.
I don't even know.
Not enough emote slots at this point. It's 10-1. One more round and a half, but demeanor is just in the dumps for DRX. Nothing they've done is working. Aggro play, white face at that, but straight into the operator. It's a missed shot for Boaster.
Every time they try to take the fight, somebody on Fnatic just backs up. And DRX never get that clean engagement they're looking for.
No.
Meanwhile, they lose space elsewhere.
It's a masterclass in calling that's being worked by Boaster.
That's a really good indication of Bind defaulting.
Kayak, it's a fight taken. It's just a stun off the contact. Even if Kayak is alone, it's a gate crash to get out. There will be no trade in sight. And again, risk to be taken. Freeing.
Oh, yeah.
Stepping forwards. Might be able to catch the timing again as back's turned towards him, but he fires too soon! And he's lit up on either side of things. Kayak rejoining the rest of the pack. One last chance here, but Maka's not even going to get it. With the molly layered down, a short control is theirs.
Time is ticking.
It's Fnatic that are working him like a fiddle, though. Hyunmin forwards onto the angle. It needs to be sharp, needs to be more. Stuns up into the corner. Alpha takes it. Bane towards the back. It's left into that 2v2 for one last chance to really correct the course. Fnatic sidestepping, dwindling into the fight. Damage done to all of them from behind. Mako gives him a lifeline, a shot in the dark. But they have to follow it all the goddamn way. It has to be perfection on the second half.
DRX have put themselves in such a hole here. It's a nightmare scenario, a 2-10.
Yeah, let's go.
Fnatic have had accomplishments before. Lock-in, we all remember that. Masters Tokyo, the one big one that's always eluded them has been that Champs Trophy, and now they stand on the precipice of making it further than ever before for a chance to potentially take it to NRG in that uppers all the way. A dance and really a date with destiny for themselves.
Here's Boaster in your Coinbase Econ Report, putting down a fabulous first half, buying up the operator, and getting great value out of it too. I think the calling, though, was just masterful.
It was.
In that half. The way that he danced around the fights that DRX wanted to take. And let me be clear, it's also a crumble from DRX. There's no getting around that. But the mental fortitude being shown here couldn't be more different on both sides. And now it just falls to Fnatic to close things out cleanly and not give DRX a shred of hope.
Like most comebacks, it's going to have to start with a pistol round, but I'm not going to sell you it just yet. It's looking all too insurmountable.
Yeah, it feels very similar to Corrode, where Fnatic were just completely in charge.
Timer ticks down, though. Game is afoot. Pressure on immediately here. Deep Horn, Hyunmin wants to take that line. Most will catch a contact to most of that one here. It's immediately going to be blooming that smoke in their face, making it difficult for DRX to get sort of foothold.
Flashback, the furthest one in over towards Showers. Had a very rough half. Inexperienced player looking to try to get a bit more confidence, taking the challenge.
Now there, he's eager for that fight. Feels like he has to redeem himself, perhaps. What a util collapsing onto A short. Deadly trap, and even deadlier still, there's multiple layers to this. Players lying in wait like Crashies. Kayak's gone though. That's freeing forwards, but no follow-up onto Hyunmin. This is disjointed at best, yet DRX are still making the best of it. Find their way forwards, smoke dissipates, and with it the kills are claimed and collected. Corralda, add it all up. DRX, not finished yet.
Another lifeline. Mako gave them one to end the half. And now freeing a flashback combo together. I'm not even sure that he was intended to get that opener. That looked like he was aiming for the clone. Either way,
Last player standing.
3 with 3. Flashback follows up. And DRX give themselves a shred of hope. The attack side execs, really strong. But we were talking about that on Corrode and they just never even materialized.
No, and now it's all about just making sure that you have the weak spots. No sore spots. Making sure that you clean out around like this as best as you can when you have that weapon in your hands. Mako, sure not to get overwhelmed. Could have been deadly. We've seen Fnatic thrifty multiple times over the course of this series so far.
Yeah, this one doesn't look particularly likely. Crashes and Kayak left with classics. Important that you don't allow a big ult snowball to happen, but Marco's you're not too worried about. It's this
buffer.
Yeah, it's this kind of dive in that Bosa will have been prepping for. We saw the prep come out on Corrode. I think that's the most similar map in terms of drawing comparisons. But Fnatic were really ready with some crossfire setups to try to punish the way that Hyunmin and Flashback want to get in. If Fnatic have done that level of prep here on Bind, I mean, the game should already be over, we just don't know it. But 10-4, a 6-round lead. It's Fnatic who are known for the comebacks. Fnatic that have pulled it off.
Oh, that's a rifle. Hey up. Has to be reclaimed, tapping away. Ghost is there in time. Hands are freeing.
Crashy's desperately just trying to throw it off the edge of the map there, I think.
He did it.
I think, was that a
Hold
pistol
on, not
that
too
he
sure
recovered?
that was a pistol on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think he managed to get the rifle back in the end there, actually. So this is the first test for Fnatic. Maintaining composure and dealing with what DRX have got to throw at you.
They're just cheering for the gun off the bloody map, man. That's the state of mind that Fnatic are in. They feel like they've already won.
Yeah, spirits are high. I think everybody watching feels like they've already won as well. The question is whether DRX can make you doubt.
Yeah, they're going to have something to say about it here. Flash and a horn. Lines it up in the face of Crashes, but he does break it in time. Prowler primed, held in hand. That's a miss onto the corner. Flashback being inserted.
They're ready to go for this crunch. Look at Alfier's position. He's just backed it up now. He was thinking about going through the TP.
Flash Prowler, and there's a squeeze occurring. Out from the short angle, double dash up towards the top. Kayak. Tight. Again, he can't actually escape out of that spot. So the spam is enough with the Traces. Chronicle forwards again. Chronicle! My God, man! Flashback now is going to be forced to answer back as best as he can in a spot like this, but it's just too much! The trophy cabinet is brimming for Kron. A man like this, and he's rising to the occasion, to the chance and the challenge to take it all the way.
He's a guy that just seems to get better the more the pressure is applied. There's a reason that he's been on winning rosters time and again.
I feel it. He's actually going to terminate them.
16-6. Look at some of these shots, how sharp and quick they are.
He's just locked in.
He really is. He's in the flow state. You don't pull off a comeback against that kind of Chronicle. So the bonus round goes nowhere for DRX. And they have really one last hope at making this snowball a reality. Otherwise,
I have the spike.
it's doomed.
Finished, done, dusted. It is your year done. Despite themselves setting low expectations, coming in as the 4th Pacific seed themselves, trying to take it one game at a time and having fun with it. Despair is creeping in.
Yeah, you can't help but hope for more when you get into a position like this.
Exactly, and then it all just becomes a little bit too real. Even if you were playing with house money! Bait and switch.
What a punish. And he is becoming the Terminator. Flashback, reels back. Grabs an ult orb, 2 away though still. Not close to providing that opportunity for his team to engage. They're going to have to do this one at 4v5. NRG were winning a bunch of them against Fnatic. But DRX got to go through A nasty crossfire setup here.
How do you deal with it? Kayak tucked up here. Chronicle's going to be forced fight out into the open. That's a shot that does get claimed. Familiar position. Kayak still playing here. Will get traded out in the end. Even exchange at that. 3v3. DRX still to get that plant down, and the pressure is relentless. The Util still coming out, and Alpha creeping from behind. He's found it. The right time to strike with Hyunmin gone. Comes out to the shots, and he needs to be landed now. DRX trying to carve a path, trying to carve anything at all. But 12 rounds is inevitable. Fnatic will not be denied.
Huge performance out there from the players under pressure after Chronicle went down. And Fnatic get their way up to match point. They have 8 opportunities to close this game out in a 3-1 fashion. Not even seeing the 5th map here. And go on a rematch with a chance for revenge against Crashy's old team. The crowd behind them. DRX desperately clinging on. But this map felt like it was over a long time ago.
Dream close to dying here for DRX. Flash forwards, aggression, name of the game. The weaponry not good. Judge Stinger's rifle in hand, a Spectre maybe the trail at the end. Dimensional Drift earned up. It's all or nothing now for DRX. Taking it forwards here, but Fnatic gearing up themselves. Down into a short angle. Kron spotted out, outside of it. That's a Judge in your face, and the trades are coming in. Thick, fast, and ready already. Bane is running all over them, but shots in the back, shots in the dark. Oh! That's surely done it. Fnatic, the uncrowned kings, are looking for that final trophy, that final throne that has always eluded them. They are coming for NRG's neck.
An opportunity at revenge, well earned today. They fend off DRX twice in a row after these squads had gone back and forth across history. And Mako, a small smile on his face. It all crumbled around him today towards the end, but they can be proud of what they put together, this rookie version of DRX. Today, though, not enough to be able to take down Fnatic.
It's where that miracle or bracket run will die. It will finish just before the finish line. But for Fnatic or Smiles, they have a date with Destiny in that rematch against NRG. And a chance to lay claim and put their hands on a trophy. As I said prior, it's always eluded them. It's been the gap in the cabinet for DRX. They can't be proud. Bows across the board. 4th seed for Pacific coming into this.
Yeah, and equalizing their best tournament run ever, which was a Champs in 2022. But Fnatic, you're right to put the focus there because they've never been in a Champs Grand Final. They know it, they've never even been in a Champs lower bracket final. And they played today, as you would expect, like the goats that they are. Super experienced, an incredible squad, able to rely on pillars like Chronicle and Crashies who have been in those finals. But Fnatic have been at every single Champs. And this the first one where it really feels like they have a chance of being able to win.
Where it feels real, doable for them.